Gentlemen. Hey, I've been sitting on this for a minute. I'm gonna just give y'all some relationship advice that I feel like will help prevent you from getting into a messed up relationship probably about 90% of the time, if not more. So this is my philosophy. There's three phases of a relationship. Once again, this is my philosophy. So it might be some areas you don't agree with, but probably the first two you won't. The first phase is attraction phase. Most people, when they see somebody attracted to, male or female, you're gonna be attracted to them. She gonna be attracted to you. Whoop whoop whoop. Look good, look nice. Exchange numbers, get contact information. You start communicating. Now, first phase, attraction phase. Second phase, this is the key phase. This is what I like to call the storytelling phase. This is when somebody is telling you the story of their life, who they are, what they've been through, what their parents was like, what their upbringing was like. The good thing about the storytelling phase, or the interesting thing about the storytelling phase, is that it's a story that you never heard before. So it's like a good book. Everybody is interested in doing the storytelling phase. The key is do not screw somebody during the storytelling phase. Do not bump uglies. Do not do the dirty dog. Now, we are grown. But if you screw somebody during the storytelling phase, by the time you get out of the storytelling phase, because once they done telling their story, now you on to the next phase. And that phase is where you really see what y'all got in common, whether y'all can have intellectual conversation over a myriad of topics, whether or not you can sit in silence and still enjoy each other's company, whether or not y'all have the same mindset about spirituality, religion, raising children, the whole nine. This is the third phase. But what happens is that most people screw during the first and second phase. And now, by the time you get to the third phase, you realize, I don't even like this Negro. Or I don't like this chick. I don't even like her company. But now you done screwed them, and now there's some type of bond. There's a connection, an intimacy that makes it difficult for you to walk away. Now, of course, that's not the case for all people. But you done invested something. You know, for a lot of you women, you have gave of yourself. And now that you have given of yourself, you feel like either this man that took advantage of you if he let you go, or you try to make it work. And a lot of men will do the same thing. I've invested time and energy into her, and my love, right? My sexual energy. So I try to make it work and make it, kind of carry it on a little longer than what it should. But if you don't screw before the storytelling phase or while the storytelling phase is going on, and you get to the other phase and you realize you don't like this person, or they might be cool, but they're not for you, it's easy to walk away. It's easy to say, let's just be friends. Because now you haven't given of yourself. You haven't had that intimacy and you haven't had that bond. That bond makes it more difficult. And then what we end up doing is staying in the situation longer than what we would have because we have given ourselves to somebody or allow somebody to take something from us, which is our love, our sexual energy. So now we're adults. If you want to have sex with somebody, realize that it may not work, or if that's all you want, that's fine. But if you look into being in a relationship with somebody, you're looking to really have a successful relationship. The key is the ladies. Listen, man, I ain't biased. Ladies, y'all better keep your legs closed for a time period until you get to know this joker after the storytelling phase. Because if you don't, you gonna feel some type of way afterwards, and then you realize I don't really like this fool, but now you're gonna try to make it work. And or if he leave you quick afterwards, now you mad at him like he just used you to get sex. That was your fault. Now, men, same thing applies to you. You don't have to screw everybody you encounter, and realize what comes along with that. Now, when she busts out your windows, don't be mad. Because you should have been playing with it, and then you should have paid attention. Take your time, get to know somebody, pass the storytelling phase. And if you listen, closely enough during the storytelling phase, you can figure out like, okay, this person got some issues. It's some red flags that came up during the storytelling phase that could give you clues as to why this might not be the person for me anyway. But remember, you was already attracted to him, and now during the storytelling phase is interesting, like a good ass movie. So this person's story is like a movie, so it's exciting. So they look good and they're exciting. So if you ain't careful, you will screw them. So stay out of that situation. If you do this, 90% of the time, you can get through that phase. If you don't have sex during the storytelling phase, you can really identify whether or not this is somebody you want to spend your time with. Because at the end of the day, as we're getting older, we don't have time to waste. We don't have time to fool around with people. And the more bodies you got out here, the harder it is for you to get out of that relationship or get out of that situation once you start screwing. And now you tied up with this fool and somebody else come along and that could have been the one, but because you so caught up in this situation because you rushed, now you missing out. So this is my philosophy on how to not get into a messed up relationship. Slow down on the sex, unless that's all you want. Now, if you just screwing, you just screwing. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the people who really want to find a life partner, who really want to get serious and have somebody that they can spend the rest of their life with. You got to take your time. Now, some people, this phase, that storytelling phase, could take a month. It could take 3 months. It just depends on how much you and that individual communicate. But whatever the time period is, I'm telling you, keep your legs and the puss closed and keep your cock and your penis in your pants. All right? God bless you. Bye-bye.